for 7 days. I am Jeremy Corbyn, your host and guy for the next 60 minutes. Do we have a treat for you? There was more news this week, amazingly. So we've cooked up another topical joke feast. And tonight, to take on the news, we have two teams of the sharpest, smartest comedians who were within our budget and could make the shoot date work within their schedules. Yeah. So let's meet their leaders, shall we? And the leader of Team 1 is living proof you can make something of yourself even if you refuse to take your medication. Please welcome Laura Daniel. Good on you. Do it without the meds.
Yeah, just go raw dogging it.
All right, and who's on your team, Laura?
Well, her career started on Jono and Ben, which is where his career ended, is Brynley, Stent and Boyce.
Good stuff. And now the leader of Team 2, looking like Harry Styles after a decade on hard drugs, it's Henwood. All right, who's on your team, Di?
Team 2 tonight looks like the two bar owners of a small town that wouldn't cut you off. Give it up for Lana and Heath Franklin.
All right, let's kick off the show with a round of Newsmakers, where I present our team something from the week's news. They tell us why it's newsworthy. And Team 2, you are up first. Take a look at this.
Wondering if you guys know who that man there is.
I have no idea.
Don't know.
Oh my, these women, someone needs to get them to safety.
That's literally how you look for someone if you don't want to find them, hey? Just weird, crumpled up footprints out. Down at the docks, find two randoms. Have you seen this guy?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess I'll give up now until it's found.
Yeah, or maybe like David Lomas has had some budget cuts.
I'm just looking at the little turtley face there, and I think this is the new Aussie Prime Minister.
Totally.
Hey, well, you're from Australia, Heath.
Yes.
He looks white and bland enough to be your Prime Minister.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Put him on the giant wheel of boring dudes and just...
Yeah.
That guy for 3 months.
Hey, easy peasy Albanese. I think we've got it. This is Anthony.
You couldn't pronounce the easy part. It's an Anthony Albanese.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not good with these far-flung names.
Yep.
Anthony, I believe you pronounced it. Albanese, the new Australian Prime Minister.
Yeah, bang on, Team 2. It is Anthony Albanese who defeated Scott Morrison this week to become Australia's new Prime Minister. His Labor government is set to take control after almost a decade of coalition rule. And Prime Minister Ardern called her fellow Labor Party leader and offered advice, saying, just promise you'll build a bunch of houses, it'll be fine, no one's going to check.
But the amazing thing is, he talks like a wet sock puppet and looks like someone drew a face on a knee, and he's still better than the other guy.
He's going for the Joe Biden effect, eh? Just like, at least I'm not him.
He is apparently the first Australian divorced Prime Minister, so he will actually only have the country every second weekend.
I mean, the thing with ScoMo is, you guys may not have noticed this, but every time he made a mistake, he would cook a curry and be like, look at me, everyone, I cooked a curry. So now that he's out of office, his children can look forward to their first firm stool in about 4 years.
This guy, though, Albanese,
Yeah.
he did something amazing on his first day, right? His first press conference. He put the Aboriginal flag behind him and he put the Torres Strait Island flag behind him. And, you know, you just imagine John Key back here watching like, wow, 2 flags. How much did that cost you?
Yeah, I've got a question. If, like, Labor's in now, does that mean 501s are still getting deported? Because I've got a really naughty Australian cousin I'd love to see.
Yeah, they are, but at least now they're being deported by someone nice, so that's an improvement, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why are you guys so upset about this?
About criminals that have grown up in Australia being sent back here where they know nobody and they can immediately join a gang and increase our crime. Why are we upset?
Yeah.
What I just said.
It honestly never comes up at home. You guys
wouldn't think
need
it
to
would.
whinge louder or whinge on the phone or something, because whatever this is isn't working.
I know. All right, Team 1, your turn now, and have a look at this. Why is this picture newsworthy, please?
Are we sure this is from the news, Jeremy, or is this just from your stash of sexy pics?
So the old lady's drinking a drink. They're not euthanizing people with milkshakes now,
No, she's like, no, this is my last drink before I go to bed because I've got bingo tomorrow and I do not want to be wrecked for that.
I think think that kind of is, it is kind of the topic, right? I think in New Zealand there's a bit of a shortage in aged care facility workers.
Yeah, you are right. There's some New Zealand rest homes have in fact had to close down due to a lack of nurses. One rest home has even offered families $500 if they can find a nurse to work at the home. A bit of an incentive. Well, you don't need heaps of staff. Just one nurse with 3 different name badges should keep the elderly patients guessing. Mix it up.
I mean, I'm not an expert, but they could give the $500 to, like, a nurse?
That's what the nurses are saying. Wait, you've got money?
Yeah.
This will take the money.
They should just ask them out-of-work actors. They'll be keen.
Oh, no, just get actors and be like, we're thinking about casting you as someone who plays like an aged care worker. We just want you to research the part for 5 or 6 years.
I pay one who pretends to be me, so I don't have to visit my granddad. It's great.
Do the nurses have to want to work there for you to get paid the $500? Because if not, I'm going to Middlemore Hospital with a big net.
The hardest thing about hunting nurses is when you accidentally catch a vet and you have to set it free.
Do we need to be more creative with the elderly? I know in Auckland they have this great system. They get the elderly out, they bring them out every week, they tell jokes with comedians, and Jeremy, you love it, don't you?
Hi to everyone in the home. I'll be back soon.
We'll do it again next week.
Yeah.
I've thought of an idea of how they can get more nurses.
Okay.
Yeah.
We just have to go back to old gender stereotypes and be like, don't tell the women they can do anything they want. It's like nurse or teacher, bitch, choose. Nurse or teacher.
Seems to me, though, we've got a problem with 2 solutions. We either get more nurses or fewer old people.
Do you know what? For a country that just spent 2 years fighting COVID, now you've got too many old people. Like, join the dots.
That's why. We'll wrap up Newsmakers there and go to the scores. Team 1, you can have the number of people on Time magazine's most influential list. There are 100, and our own Taika Waititi is on that list this year, which is quite amazing. And Team 2, you can have the number of undies the warehouse refused to refund because one of them had been worn. There were 5 in the pack, and the complaint about this has gone global. I can't identify with this because I don't wear undies, which means our first star on the sticker chart goes to Team 1. Congratulations. As always, our teams are competing for a glorious and rare prize, and please join me in oohing as I reveal this week's plunder. Ooh. Yes, that is a bunch of things I bought from the warehouse that they wouldn't let me return. So all items in this prize pack have been used once or twice by yours truly, taken back to multiple warehouse branches and met with a resounding no at all of them. They're lost because tonight it could all be yours, teams. The team that gets the most stars at the end of the night gets the lot, no give-backs. Alrighty, it's time for a special Yes Minister now on 7 Days, where New Zealand politicians put on the hot seat by our comedians. Teams can score if they get a yes or no from our guests, and I said guests because with the Tauranga by-election heating up, we're adding a little bit of spice to the game because we've got 2. That's right, 2 guests. Ooh. So please welcome ACT Party candidate Cameron Luxton and Labor MP Jan Tinetti. All right, sit yourself down. Jan, Cameron, thank you very much for joining us. Your job is to not give us a yes or a no. Do you understand?
Absolutely.
I understand.
Take it away, teams.
Should I know who either of you are?
Depends how much attention you're paying to Tauranga's politics and how much rugby you've watched on the East Coast.
So, 0.
Do you know the cabinet ministers?
No!
Open question for either of you. Simon Bridges left because he wants to spend more time with his family. So why do you guys want to spend less time with yours?
I really don't think I can answer that.
You guys are from the Tauranga electorate. Now, really important question here. At Copenhagen Cones, when you are asked if you want cream and drizzle and nuts on top, what are you saying?
Everything.
Yeah,
Why would
correct.
you not have everything on there?
Yeah,
Best ice cream place in Tauranga, if not New Zealand.
Whoa, pretty good local knowledge, Cameron. What do you got, mate?
I was going to say, I thought you were talking about cones and coffee. You know, just got another meaning in Tauranga.
Sure you're not the Green Party?
Enough screwing around. I've got a serious issue, right? I was touring extensively last year. I went to Tauranga and I went to get a banh mi.
What, sorry?
Exactly. This is the problem. Jan?
The banh mi?
Yes.
That's a Vietnamese roll.
Yes.
Go to the crossing.
All right, you just...
Jan Tinetti, electric spaghetti.
I've I've never heard that before in my life.
You were born in Hokitika.
I was.
I went for a holiday there in 1989 and I lost a Dire Straits cassette at Lazar Park.
Hey, I was conceived in 1989. What were you doing down there at that time?
Your mum.
Did you stop hitting lobs to the comedians?
Never throw a tennis ball up like that.
I do have a question for you. You used to be a primary school principal.
I was.
So do you have any advice for Cameron on how to deal with David Seymour?
I don't think anybody could give advice for that.
Cameron, your middle name is G.I.B. Could you dream of being hot demand like gymboarders right now? You can't get it anywhere.
I know, they've got to make the factories work 24/7. I mean, bloody New Zealanders want to work an 8-hour day. We need gym board on the sites. Just work shifts, man. Every other, just work through the night. Just get different teams, keep the factory running. We need gym board on construction sites. As a professional builder who's out there on the bloody tools 24/7, smashing Monster, Makita energy drinks.
To answer this, we're actually very lucky in Tauranga. We're going to have the Windstones Warboarder opening a factory in Tauriko, and so we're going to have Jib just coming straight off the factory, straight on our building sites, and you watch later.
Jan Cam, what's one thing you like about the other person?
Jan and I get along great behind the scenes. We really
do.
have a lot of fun.
We do, and we have a lot of laughs.
Yep.
And that's what I like about Cam.
There's actually a guy who works on the show that had to hose them down backstage. Get out of it, come on! Get in there with a stick. Come on, get out of it.
Cameron, you still got fitness from your playing days? You used to play rugby on the East Coast, yeah?
Well, yeah, play.
Yeah, cute.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, another one. These are not votes, you realise. Give it up for Jan and Cameron. And Labour. You can take your seats. Yeah, you can take that away from you. Hey, keep that applause going for me, because I was the one that won that game. Let's be frank, we all love having electricity at home, and if you didn't have it, how would you charge your phone? At a cafe overnight, like a madman? Anyway, if you don't want to pay for your electricity for a little bit, caption this photo. There's a prize attached, you see. Here it is on your screen. Text your caption and your name to 4088. Best caption wins $500 of Frank Energy credit. That is your electricity. So you can charge your phone to your heart's content. You can take another look at the photo on our 7 Days Facebook page, and we'll announce our winner toward the end of tonight's show. We'll be right back with a fun-filled round of Slice of 7 on 7 Days. Welcoming us back into your living room. This is 7 Days. It is time now for Slice of 7, where our teams try to decipher the news story our musical guest has concealed in their musical riddle. Tonight, in the 7 Days Amphitheatre, please welcome Ricky Reid. Team 1, you ready for one of these musical riddles?
Absolutely.
Lay it on us.
All right, Ricky Reid, all yours. Take it away.
There's a monkey in me, and it's trying to get out. Got a banana craving that I can't explain. There's an ache in my head and a rash on my arm, but the biggest sign that I've got the pox is I'm swinging from trees. Hey now, it came from monkeys. Hey now, watch the world go ape shit. Oh no, not now. We just got over COVID. This pox ain't chicken.
My goodness, I think that's about to go viral.
See what you did there?
Yeah. I don't know, you guys picking up what she was putting down with those...
I heard pox, I heard monkeys.
I heard a rash, and I heard a monkey inside her. Jeremy, there's not beat around the bush here. It's going to drive everyone bananas. Monkeypox on the rise. People don't know where it came from. It's here. Well, not here. Is it here yet?
It's not here yet, no. Australia's the closest it gets. A surprising outbreak of monkeypox, a mild, very mild relative of smallpox, appeared in 12 countries this week. Experts say while the public should be on the alert, people shouldn't panic as the virus is only transmitted through direct skin contact. And Jacinda Ardern, our Prime Minister, has promised if the virus ever reaches New Zealand, we'll go hard and early for the first 2 years before slowly and quietly giving up. That's how we deal with it. That's how we deal with it.
It is good for my favourite TV show, the 1 p.m. press conference, because the storyline's been a bit dull lately, so this will really spice things up.
Yeah.
When you get it, though, you're like, ooh. 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 And then you start flinging your feces.
Yeah.
The good thing is scientists have told us not to worry, and last time they told us not to worry, I spent 2 years with my freaking family.
That's right.
I'm watching this right now, actually. I hope the kids are in bed.
I've just got this terrible nightmare that I'm going to come home one day and just feel a bit off. And then when I take my shoes and socks off, my feet look like hands.
Apparently it's spreading in Europe by people who are having sex at raves. And I'm just so glad that I'm, not in Europe having sex at raves.
Yeah, I was scared about getting it, and then I realised that you can get it, like, sexually transmitted. So unless the symptoms take, like, I don't know, 8 months to show.
Oh, babe, you just get engaged too.
This is a massive upside for all of us ravers who no one wants to have sex with. It was always about the dancing for me.
For you, yeah.
Strictly about the dancing. I'd have, literally, sometimes I go home and think back and maybe 200 people would have come up and said, let's have sex. And I'd be like, no, I like this tune.
All right, Team 2. Are you ready for a song from Ricky Reed?
Absolutely.
In your own time. Take it away.
Try to make the vocals last. We're running out of toast to eat. Things are going stale fast. Russia's stealing all the wheat. No more multi-grain, no more brown or white bread on the shelf. Life will soon be hell, only gluten-free there's left. No right, so dry. Why I cry. Daily bread gone by.
Wow.
That was amazing.
Well done.
That was
Beautiful
incredible.
voice.
Takes me back to the days of being a young female singer-songwriter. Anyway, regarding the lyrics.
Let's talk about Russia in there.
Yeah.
So maybe if there's one thing we're not putting in our mouths anymore, it's bread.
Because don't we get all our wheat from the Ukraine or something?
Russia is targeting celiac Ukrainians with baguette missiles. That's why they're shaped like that.
That is right.
Not quite, Team 2. No, a food supply expert has warned that the world has only about 10 weeks of wheat supplies left in storage as Russia's invasion of Ukraine enters its 4th month. And Russia and Ukraine account for almost a third of the world's wheat exports. And if you're looking for a great non-wheat-based breakfast, why not try a Dole pineapple? Dole, it rhymes with goal.
So I'm just stressed out. I've got a 6-year-old's party happening. What are we doing with the fairy bread? Is it hundreds and thousands on lettuce now? That's not going to work.
Mock it, but that is actually quite nice. Sugar on lettuce was one of my mum's favourite treats for us, and it's delicious.
That's a
Sugar on lettuce tastes like watermelon.
So it's from Ukraine. Ukraine, I feel like we haven't been helping enough. They're putting a message out right now, and they're going, until we're Putin-free, you're all gluten-free.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for that point in like 10 months' time when that girl from the ad sings like, I want my Molenberg, and we're all like, yeah, so do we!
Like, flour's become so expensive lately. I bought a bag of flour the other day and it was cut with cocaine just to bulk it out.
And it affects
That's why you don't have curls.
sponsorship of, wheat companies as well. You know, my kids this week are running in the Vodka Cruiser Kiwi Kids Triathlon.
I'm most concerned for French people. Just cycling around with an empty bicycle basket.
Ha ha ha.
All right, let's go to scores for Slice 7 for scores. Team 1, these are with pictures, these scores, I hope. Team 1, you can have 31. That's the number of cheeseburgers an American 2-year-old ordered on his mum's phone without her knowledge. There he is, sitting with all those cheeseburgers.
Legend.
The dream. Team 2, you can have the amount a Japanese man paid to get a lifelike dog costume, 24,000 New Zealand dollars, and I think we all agree, worth it. He is inside that. He is inside that. All right, which means out of those scores, a shiny gold star goes the way of Team 2. And a huge thank you to our guest, Ricky Reid, and Tom, the guitarist. You can listen to Ricky Reid's new mini EP, Newer Oxygen, wherever you get your tunes, and that is of this Friday. So please give it up one more time for Ricky Reid.
Yeah! Tom the guitarist.
All right, before we release you to our advertising overlords, let's have a quick round of Where is the Lie? So I've got 4 headlines for you. 3 are real headlines from this week of news. 1 is a sneaky lie. And number A, Canadian woman saves pet goose from eagle while breastfeeding own child.
Wow.
B, Cambodian environmental officials plead for people to stop picking carnivorous penis plants. Number C, Wisconsin children's baseball team accused of cheating after dad subs in for injured player. And headline D, University of Otago claims sexism after only 11% of parasitic worms named after women. Have a look at those. Which one is the sneaky lie? I'm going to let our teams have a little think. You can join them at home if you wish. We'll be back shortly to reveal the answer on 7 Days. See you soon. Everyone's a critic these days. No, seriously. Send your frank feedback about 7 Days to this email address. Stay tuned for how we use it. Could be a laugh. Welcome back to 7 Days. That's us. We are in the middle of playing a thrilling round of Where is the Lie? Check out those headlines. Our teams have been busy analysing them in an attempt to figure out which one of the 4 is fake. One is definitely fake. Team 1, how did you go?
Well, A, Canadian woman saves pet goose from eagle whilst breastfeeding own child, I think.
I hope it's real.
There's a lot going on in that one. Hey,
There is.
There's a lot going on.
B, what do you think about this one? Ben?
Well, I feel like if there was a thing called a penis plant, we'd know about it, right? It just seems like something I would have heard of.
Wisconsin children's baseball team. I mean, I hope that one's real too.
I feel like I could sub on for a kids' sports team and probably get away with it in my size.
Yeah. No one would dispute that. D, Otago claims sexism after only 11% of parasitic worms named after women. Personally, I'm kind of fine if names a parasitic worm after me.
That can stay with men. Yeah, I reckon.
I'm gonna lock in D for us.
Yeah.
D is the lie?
Yeah.
Good. Team 2.
Nice.
Okay, so Canadian woman saves pet goose from eagle while breastfeeding own child.
It's weird that they have to specify own child. I mean, if the story was that she saved an eagle from stealing her child while she was breastfeeding a goose, I'm like, now I'm interested.
I mean, as a breastfeeding mother myself, you can do other things while breastfeeding. I will often, go out to collect the Uber Eats while...
Why should only one of you be eating?
But also, breastfeeding is such an animal instinct, right?
Yeah.
That a lot of animals do. I don't think you should probably breastfeed around that many different animals.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, though...
Something's going to latch on.
She didn't know the eagle was there, because I don't know if you know much about eagles, Di, but they're up there, like gods of the sky. And then incredible vision. They can see a breastfeeding woman from kilometres away. They'd be like, breastfeeding woman? That goose isn't safe. All of a sudden you think, get out of it, you bastard. Because that's what eagles do. They're creepy.
And do we know if it's Eagle the bird or one of the eagles from the band? So I reckon the lie is Cambodian, B.
Yeah. But if there were these plants, Bunnings and Mitre 10 would be selling them because that's an ad.
Okay, look, I think this one might be fake because I've never heard of a penis plant, so I think it's fake.
No,
what are you going for?
we are locking in B as a team because something about that just doesn't ring true.
All right, to surmise, Team 1, you think the lie is D. Team 2, you think the fake one is B. I can reveal to you now that the lie is C.
Yes!
Wisconsin did not waste some kids at baseball this week, not that we know of anyway. And who wants to see the Cambodian penis plant?
Me!
Your wish is granted.
That's not real, is it?
That is the first time I have seen that photo, and I'm kind of wishing I hadn't asked for it. That is absolutely 100%
Put that on
real.
TV.
Congratulations to neither team. None of you get a star. Give them a round of applause. It's like the Weeblix Triathlon. Anyone gets a prize. All right, I hope you're ready to go shopping for some souvenirs. Customers won't let you take through the border because we're going to the tropics, baby. Play those steel drums. That's right. It's time for Club Tropicana. Let's head on down to the golden sands of the Comedy Beach. And once again, a massive thank you to our sponsor and pineapple provider, the good people at Dole. Pineapples. Without them, SpongeBob SquarePants would be homeless. So thank you, Dole. Now, inside the sweet, succulent and nutritious Dole pineapple, I have some stories from the week I'd like to hear a little more about. This is open to all teams. Let us begin. This week, a major meat company announced its plans to end its relationship with the Christian commune of Gloriavale, citing controversies around workers' rights. Now, we're all familiar with Gloriavale and what they're about, so I'd like to hear examples of things you'd never hear at Gloriavale.
Don't think of it as a cult. Think of it as a religion that's structured like a gang.
Stop. Do you have a condom?
And for TV night tonight, we're going to watch 7 Days.
No, you ladies sit right there. Me and the boys will cook and clean tonight, don't worry.
All right, everyone, we've got the police popping by today. Lucky we have nothing to hide.
And later this week, we're going to have a concert by Chris Rock. That's our name for Christian rock.
Dinner tonight, devil sausages.
Shoot, Jag, marry the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Ugh, I just cannot be bothered churning butter tonight. Do you want to get takeaways?
Oh, did you see that crazy documentary about the normal people? Wild.
I just came back from the bathrooms and someone's drilled a Gloria hole in there.
This one, oh yes, is from our Prime Minister. This week, Jacinda Ardern visited the US to promote the New Zealand borders opening up again. However, complications around her recent COVID bout meant she had to postpone her trip to the White House. It's fun to imagine what could have been, though, so I'd like you teams to give me examples of things we'll never get to hear at Jacinda's White House visit.
Now, you seem like a nice young lady. Can you tell me who am I and where am I?
God, there's a great lawn you've got out there. I guess you wouldn't let people camp on there or light fires. No, us neither. We've got a fence now.
Yeah, so we ran out of Marmite for a while and we called that Marmageddon. So, yeah, I guess you could say that was kind of like our 9/11.
Oh, God. Wow, this place is amazing, Joe. I should take you back to New Zealand and show you my 1960s bungalow in Mount Albert.
Yeah, we did bring you a gift. It's just... Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday to you. He always.
We move on to our next story, and this week our transport agency Wakakotahi rolled out a trial of new traffic cameras around Auckland to try and crack down on people not wearing seatbelts and using their phones while driving. I sure hope they don't have any cameras in here, because I'd like to see some examples of poor driving etiquette.
So I know you're not allowed to text while driving, which is why I am writing you an email.
Why are there so many pedestrians in this mall?
Honk, 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 honk. Oh, no, you don't need to move. I'm just really horny.
Get out of my way! I have to be in Palmerston North in 68 minutes!
Now I've got you kids alone on the motorway, I'm just going to lock the doors and have the sex talk.
My mum did
My
that.
mum did that.
Traumatised me.
Oh, the cops. I'll turn the lights off, then they won't see me.
No, no, you go. Here, oh, I'll go. No, no, no.
We will go back to our Dole pineapple for our final story. This week, as mentioned earlier, West Aucklander made headlines this week after complaining the warehouse refused to refund 5 pairs of underwear that they bought because one had already been worn. The cheek of it. 2 cheeks, probably. Sounds like a reasonable, level-headed shopper, but I'd like you to give me examples of bad retail customers, please. Bad retail customers.
How was I supposed to know it was a display toilet?
Hi, I'd like to get a burger, but instead of the meat, can I get an egg? And also, instead of the lettuce, can I have an egg? And also, instead of the bun, can I swap that out for an egg? I'd like a stack of eggs.
Oh. No price tag. Must be free. Did you hear that? I said it must be free.
Hello, I got this notebook from Typo that says, "This is my year." It really, really wasn't. Like a refund.
Yes, no, it is my wife's birthday. Can I have 7 Cambodian penis buds?
That'll do us. Play the steel drums one more time. Sit yourself down, teams. We're all going to hell. Beautiful work, teams. For Scores Team 1, you can have kilometres flown by a Scottish man to meet his Tinder date in the US. 8,000 kilometres.
Whoa!
A brand new Tinder date. Hope it was worth it. And Team 2, you can have the amount awarded in court this week to an employee in the UK who wasn't invited to work drinks. Damages amounted to $146,000 in our money. I'd pay that to get out of work drinks with these punishers. Congratulations, Team 2! Another star for you. That was a great round of Club Tropicana, almost as great as the fresh taste of Dole pineapples. Dole pineapples for when regular apples aren't piney enough. OK, got some important information here. We are heading back out on the road for our 7 days tour next month. We'll be hitting all your favourite urban centres for an evening of stand-up and a live, definitely not for television, not safe for work, 7 days show. Tickets are at 3now.co.nz/7dayslive. Right, time for a quick break on 7 days. You go grab a snack, we'll grab our whiteboards and be right back with a round of Quiz 3 Never Repeats on 7 days. See you soon. Time now for Quiz 3 Never Repeats, the game where we look back at this 7-day period in history and we test our panellists on their general knowledge and try to stop them from sniffing their markers. Right, whiteboards at the ready, teams, and it's time for your first question. Here we go. Going to 1979. Great song from the Smashing Pumpkins on. This week in 1979, what did Elton John become the first to do? 1979. BBC landmark nature series Life on Earth was presented by David Attenborough. It was first shown on BBC One. And a festival in Pilton, England opened for the first time. Anyone know what that festival might be called? Correct. Glastonbury. It was the first Glastonbury festival was held. Mr Asia was found murdered in New Zealand. Big case in New Zealand's history. And for people of my vintage, you'll remember this. Carless days were introduced in New Zealand. Got your little sticker on your car for which day you couldn't drive. OK, Di, on This Week in 1979, what did Elton John become the first to do?
Become the hold music for work and income New Zealand.
All right. Lana, what do you have?
He stopped eating iceberg lettuce. He's more of a rocket man.
Very good. Points to creativity, but not the right answer. Heath, how's your Elton John knowledge?
Yeah, in 1979, Elton John became famous for being the first person to wear a pencil case as a hat.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, you guys have pencil cases here, right?
Yeah. But not hats.
That's where you
We don't
tripped
get
up.
that reference.
OK, Ben, we're coming to you.
Oh, I think I got this. I think he was the first singer to be held close by a tiny dancer.
No.
Oh, was it? No.
We're going through the Elton John catalogue, but not getting any correct answers. Brynley.
No, I've absolutely got this one.
OK.
He killed a crocodile with a rock.
It's got to be one of these two.
Very good.
I'm confused.
Certainly points for creativity. No. What do you have, Laura?
I'll swing in. He became the first musician to play in the USSR.
Indeed he did. Laura has nailed it. Give it up to Laura. In 1979, Elton John became the first Western musician to tour the USSR. The two-city tour was a significant event amid Cold War tensions between the USSR and the West, a symbol of their emerging tolerance towards Western pop culture. And in fact, it was so long ago the Russians were worried Elton was going to steal their women.
If I was there, knowing now what I know now, I would have been like, all right, band, fill your pockets with flour. This will be our last chance.
Yes.
You'd have to think back in 1979, you know, no internet, that perhaps a lot of Russians a bit cut off from the Western world. He was probably used to people singing along with his songs, but the crowd was probably just looking at him. What is crocodile rock?
I just joined the queue for potato, end up at Elton John gig.
Elton John.
It's okay, but not satisfying like meal. Also, I would like to travel with Benny and one of his many jets.
Very dangerous in coal mine to have candle in wind.
Oi! Why is man on stage wearing pencil cases hat? That's a reference even we get in Russia.
All right, here we go. We're going back to 1992 this time.
Oh.
And this week in 1992, what iconic phrase was uttered in New Zealand for the first time? Let's have a look at some other facts from 1992. Australian cricket spin bowling great Shane Warne made his test debut in India in the third test at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Jimi Hendrix and Johnny Cash were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And, of course, in 1992, the first episode of Shortland Street aired.
Woo!
I meant to ask you, Brynley, when we were talking about Shortland Street, you were on Shortland Street.
I sure was. I played Kellyanne Johnson, lawyer.
Do you remember any of your lines?
Yes, I do. One of them was, "Get out of here, you stupid flappy freaks!" Yeah. Another one I said was, "You'll regret this."
Oh, that's good.
Juicy.
And did they regret it?
No.
Ben, on This Week in 1992, what iconic phrase was uttered in New Zealand for the first time?
Famous last words, New Zealand 92. Good to know these house prices won't go up anyway. Boy, were they wrong.
They were wrong. They've said a lot since and never true. Brynley.
This iconic line.
Yep.
Gotta get a garage, gotta get a cottage, gotta get a skyline.
No, I have the correct answer.
OK.
Not tonight, Jeremy. I have a headache.
Never been said. Iconic phrase, Di, was uttered in New Zealand for the first time in 1992.
Are you sure it's not, you're not in Dr. Ropata now, Guatemala?
Correct! The phrase was, "You're not in Guatemala now," Dr. Ropata, on the very first episode of Shortland Street, and the show celebrated its 30th anniversary this week. Of course, Tim Morrison left Shortland Street to find huge success internationally, setting up every Shortland Street actor since then for massive disappointment. Fantastic round of quiztery. I don't know about you, but I feel like I know history now. And who is our winner? Glad you asked. Why? It's Team 2! Enjoy your style! You pay attention in this ad break, because we are going to announce the winning caption for this week's Let's Be Frank competition. You do that, we'll be right back with a tense round of Beat the Ding on 7 Days. The Ding, where I ask the panellists to list a bunch of things under immense time pressure, because it turns out watching stressed out comedians is good entertainment. Each successful attempt will earn a star, so let the dinging begin.
Okay.
First up, The new trailer for the new Mission Impossible movie leaked early this week. And Lana, you have 14 seconds to name 7 things that can leak. Go.
Kettles, cups, mugs, baths, panties, secrets, and boats.
I don't even want to...
You also said my entire Christmas list.
All right, we move on. Taika Waititi made the Times Top 100 Most Influential list this week. Ben Boyce, you have 15 seconds to do the complete 8 times table. Go.
Oh, 8 1's 8, 8 2 16, 8 3 24, 8 4 32, 8 5 40, 8 6 48, 8 56. What can I have to say? 8 things.
Yeah.
56, 64, 72, and 80.
Oh!
Jeez. Kids. That's a lot of pressure. That's way too much pressure.
We're giving it to you. Oh boy, this is good. Enjoy this. They don't know what's coming. All right, this week, Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker had their 3rd wedding in Italy. And Laura, I'm told you should know this one. You have 12 seconds to name 6 people who have dated a Kardashian.
Tristan, Pete
Davidson?
Davidson, the Kanye West, fucking who's the little bitch? Who's the little bitch? No, this is my only thing I could ever get right.
Who's the little bitch?
Who was the little bit?
The guy that, man, the COVID brain fog, man.
Who's the, but who?
Listen to me, the little bitch, he's on this series at the moment, Scott Disick.
We're moving on. Coke announced this week it's stopping production on Coke Zero and Coke No Sugar and will replace them with one product called Coke Zero Sugar. This is news to Lana. Anyway, Brynley, you have 15 seconds to name 10 brands of fizzy drink. Go.
Budget. I was going to say Cadbury. Coca-Cola. Fanta. Mountain Dew. L&B. Raspberry and Coke. I don't know. Water? I don't...
No stuff for you, Brynley.
Well, that makes me feel better.
I'm not really a fizzy girl.
Yeah. OK, we're moving on. Downing Street fired back in its latest war on woke. Their quote, skirmish, and overturned a bid to make new laws gender neutral this week. Heath, you have 10 seconds to name 7 gender neutral names. Go.
Sam, Barriette, Stephanie, John. Oofs.
It's so easy when the pressure is off, so hard when the pressure is on. All right, here we go. A Swiss study released this week revealed cheese tastes better if you play it hip-hop music during the aging process. It makes sense to me. And Di, you have 10 seconds, let me explain, to name 3 rappers and 3 perfect cheeses to pair with them. 10 seconds, 3 rappers, 3 cheeses, go.
Eminem and Camembert, Brie and Olsen. No, Brie and Lamar. No, Brie. Brie did it.
It was a beautiful thing. Give Di a round of applause. With that, we can go to the Star Chart now to find out tonight's winner. Congratulations, Team 2! It's all yours. That pile of used goods the warehouse will not take back. I hope that milk is still good. That was 7 days tonight. Please join me in thanking our panelists this week. Laura, Brynley, Ben, Di, Lana and Heath. We'll see you in 7 days on 7 days. Good night.
Thank you, New Zealand On Air. And just this week, we want to send you something special. So make sure you're looking out for a courier. They're going to send you a beautiful, girthy bunch of flowers from